Hello everyone, welcome back for another Star Trek The Official Starships Collection review. In front of me now I have issue number 71, the Klingon transport ship from Star Trek Enterprise, also known as a Gorath ship. And I have the model here and the magazine here, so I'll put this aside for a moment and let's look at the magazine. So here it is, issue 71, Gorath's transport ship. It is considered a transport launched in the 22nd century, 88 meters long, with disruptors for weaponry. Excuse me. Nice image of the ship there, of course. Kind of hard to believe we are now at issue number 71, or actually 72 here in the States. Turn the page and the usual table of contents and the little images there showing you how to mount your model to its stand. That is also included. And more on the specification, it is operated, of course, by the Klingon Empire, considered a transport in service in the mid-22nd century. It is approximately 88 meters long, with a crew of 7, with a top speed of warp 5, and it has photon torpedoes and disruptors, and its captain is Gorath, as I mentioned earlier. And here is another interesting look on the ship. From the stern this time, rather different from the image that's on the cover, which is also cool, as well as some text and history about it and some trivia information. Turn the page and you have more screen caps from the episode it appeared in, as well as some more history, trivia, and information there. Here's the schematic page showing you the plans of where everything is and where everything are and what they do, etc, 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 etc. And here's a section on the design process of the transport ship. You can kind of see the various phases that John Aves went through to come up with the final design. And here's a section on the returning aliens into Star Trek Enterprise. Of course, the Klingons made their first appearance in the pilot episode, which is Broken Bow. And of course, they showed up, throughout the series, of course, especially in the second and fourth seasons, although they did appear more than once in the first season and once in the third season. It basically talks about the return of the Andorians, the Tellarites, of course, more on the Vulcans. The Gorn made an appearance in the Mirror Universe, of course. The Tholians, the Rigellians, the Orions, they've all made appearances on Enterprise. And most of these races have not been seen, at least up until that point, had not been seen on Star Trek since the original series. So that's kind of cool. And here's a section on the returning aliens, of course. Romulans, Vulcans, Ambassador Spock, Ambassador Sarek, T'Pau, young, old, and then of course T'Pau, and more on that. The Andorians are only mentioned on TNG as a holographic character that the android Lau was trying to decide on how to base her appearance. Got a nice little history on that. And the on-screen appearance page. Let's see. It's only been in the episode Bounty. And I think that's about it. It was on Star Trek Enterprise. Designed by John Aves. And yeah. So that's the end of the magazine. And of course, next is the famous Uss Enterprise Ncc-1701 A. Hey, it's my channel namesake, 1701 A. So that ought to be interesting. Kind of looking forward to looking at that in detail, considering all the complaining that many of us fans were doing back when the issue number 2 came out, which is the Enterprise refit. So on the back there we have the image of the ship, and that's the magazine, and let's look at the model. So here it is, Gorath's transport ship. And as usual, it comes with the plastic stand here it is. And my first impression, this thing is pretty heavy. Very, very heavy. The majority of this model is metal, which is the entire top portion, as well as parts of the stern, which is part of the larger top piece. And the bottom is primarily composed of plastic, especially in this cross area here. The paneling and the detail is very, very good. You have your warp engines right here, and they obviously are not blue because it's not Starfleet, but they do have their own green Klingon distinctive color. If you hold it up to the light, you might be able to see it depending on how you do it. Got the symbol of the Empire there on both sides here, which is always cool to see and have. It's pretty nice. Very, very nice. This is probably the ninth ship that we've gotten from the Klingon Empire thus far. Whether or not there are some more out there that I haven't thought of that we will get in the future, I don't know, but I hope so. But the Klingons, we have the two battle cruisers, the two battle cruisers, the Negbar, the bird of prey from Enterprise, the Raptor, the Augment ship, and now this, the Vorcha class. Am I missing anything? Yes, well, we have a lot now, and it's definitely cool to finally get this. I was actually looking forward to it because I've seen pictures of it, and I thought it was really nice. And now that it's in front of me, I totally agree with that. It's a very, very nice model. The paneling and the coloring is, to me, is spot on. Maybe others would disagree. If you're a fan of Star Trek Enterprise, I would definitely pick this up. If you're a Klingon fanatic, definitely pick this up. If you're just a completist for the collection, of course you will be getting it if you don't have it already. But if you're not a fan of Star Trek Enterprise, or just don't particularly care whatsoever about the Klingons, or just don't like the ship, you don't have to get it. And I wouldn't get it if that's the case. It's just one of those things that they do, and it's just nice to finally have. So yeah, that is the Klingon transport ship by Gorath, or from Gorath, Gorath's ship. Actually, it makes me want to go back and watch the episode Bounty fairly soon. So that's the model. It's definitely worth getting. The quality alone just makes me wonder why they don't do this for the hero ships. But anyway, and then as usual, it comes with the stand that simply says Klingon transport on the bottom. Let me open that up. And stand goes in here somewhere like that. And I think the model is mounted like, most of these stands suck, let's just be honest. And there it is, the Klingon transport ship, operated and captained by Gorath, issue number 71. So there it is. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing with you the Enterprise A. Until then, bye for now. Live long and prosper.